Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young, back with another certifiable banger. In today's episode, I want to talk about some of the sneakers that have dropped this year that I regret not buying. I can't lie, when I was putting this list together, I could feel my wallet slowly opening, expressing itself a little bit like a flower in the springtime. And whilst I can't afford to buy all of the shoes on this list, I definitely think that before the year is up, I will bring some of these into my life. First up on the list, we have the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Year of the Rabbit. These dropped all the way back in January on the 21st for like 140 bucks. It was an Asian only release. These were limited to 5,000 pairs. And I really like the color blocking, and the materials look really nice as well with this hairy suede. And they've got these furry laces, which I think work really well as well. It's just a clean shoe. I actually had the chance to cop these for around 500 pounds the week before they officially dropped in Asia. I hesitated, I didn't go for them. And then once they did eventually drop, the prices just blew up on them. Now I can't find them for anything less than 850 pounds, around about $1,000 on the aftermarket, which is just too much. Another sneaker I wish I was a little bit more proactive in trying to secure for retail are these, the New Balance 990 V6 Action Bronson Baklavas. These came out way back in March, and I just wasn't really about them when they first dropped. I do like the colorway. I love the mix of the blue and the brown and the lime green, and this, in a lot of people's estimations, is one of the best New Balances of the entire year. Looking at the price history of the shoe, it's been fluctuating a little bit. I feel like right around now isn't a bad time to try to cop these. There is a pair on eBay for 350 pounds or near offer in my size, and so I am tempted to make a move for these because I think these are one of the best New Balances of the year. What do you guys think of these? Another New Balance that I regret not copying are these. These are the New Balance 1906R in the Jade colorway, the Armé Leon Dor collab. These came out back in May, and I just wasn't really on the offensive with these. And I don't know what I was thinking, because the 1906R is, in my opinion, one of the most comfortable sneakers out there, period. The colorway is also really clean, in my opinion. First ask on StockX for my size is 312 pounds, about 350, 360 bucks. There is a pair on eBay going for 270 pounds. This is one of those sneakers that I am definitely considering along the Action Bronsons adding to the collection. The Adidas Kith 8th Street Sambas. These came out back in March to a lot of hype. This has meant that resale prices have been very, very high up until more recently, when people have started to get their pairs in hand here in the UK. And I think my favorite colorway has got to be the cream or the chalk colorway with the green. And this is one of those three-way collabs that really works, in my opinion. I think the Clark's outsole adds a really nice level of luxe and chunk factor. The elevation of the Samba materials through the Kith collab with the suede looks really awesome. This is on StockX, around about 360 pounds, just over 400 bucks. But I have found one or two pairs floating around on eBay for a little over 300 pounds, meaning this is a shoe that I could just about justify paying the resale for. What do you guys think of these? The Air Jordan 3 Reimagined. I'm a bit disappointed I just didn't grab a pair for the sake of it. If you guys have been following me and following my commentary on the Reimagined 3s, I think they're great. The only reason I didn't go for them is I still have my pair from 2013, the Retro 88s, which basically are the same. But as time has gone on, I have thought to myself, it might be good to have a fresh pair in the cut, ready to put on when my Retro 88s inevitably disintegrates. Looking around on eBay, there are a few used pairs that I could get for under retail. Getting a brand new pair might cost me a little bit over the retail, so this is a pair that I can definitely see myself adding to the collection. The Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott golf shoes. As someone that actually plays golf, I feel like this is the type of shoe I should have in the collection. Unfortunately for me, when this release went down a couple of weeks ago, I was back home in Aotearoa, New Zealand, enjoying myself on holiday. So this release just passed me by. As a result, I'm stuck here twiddling my thumbs, considering paying 800 pounds. This is a pair that I don't think I'll add to my collection unless I come into a windfall or unless I come into contact with a super strong brand deal. Come at me. The SB Dunlow Born and Raised. I regret not getting these. I'm still thinking about copping these. Prices, of course, wouldn't be what they are were it not for the unfortunate, untimely passing of Chris Spanto, RIP. But we are nonetheless in a time where sneaker profiteering is rife, albeit on the decline. And to be fair, you can't fault people for pricing their sneakers according to the market. The best price I've been able to find these for is on eBay. In my size, it's looking like around £500 or $600. I am tossing up paying that resale for these. Because I've pretty much picked up every SB collab from this year, these are kind of the missing piece to the puzzle at the moment for me. And with a lot of people calling these the SB of the year, I need to get them in hand. The J Balvin Air Jordan 3s. Crazy to think these released a month ago now. I was pretty proactive about trying to cop these for retail. I remember going into a whole bunch of raffles for them, but I, much like you guys, I'm sure, didn't expect these to be quite as limited as they were. And it's because of how limited they were that the resale prices are quite high. Right around that unfriendly zone where it's enough to make you double take. In my size on StockX, the lowest ask is 500 quid, around $600. That's before fees. On eBay, prices are a little bit better. There's a couple of people asking for £400 or near offer, meaning I could probably scoop these up for a little bit under £400, but it's one of those tricky prices. One of the biggest regrets I have this year is not getting the Nike Air Max 95 Cortez Gutter Green for the price I could have got them at when they released. I picked up the pink tings for 240 quid brand new, and I could have picked up the gutter greens for the exact same price. When these dropped back in March, they weren't really a big deal. A lot of people were in fact slating them, saying the crep was dead. But now prices are crazy on the gutter greens. The last sale was over £400. The lowest ask is £610, and prices on eBay are pretty nuts as well over 300, over £400, and so I'm gutted that I didn't pull the trigger when I could have got them in the lower 200s. The Nike Vomero Becker. These came out way back in February, and I feel like these are one of the most vibrant and exciting colored shoes of the entire year. Prices have somewhat stabilized the past few months after really peaking the month after these dropped. These are very, very hard to find here in the UK, to the point where there's just literally none listed on eBay. My only bet is going to be either StockX or GOAT. And prices are looking right around £500, which is a little bit hefty for me anyway. One or two special mentions to round out the list. I wish I'd gone for the Grid Azura J-Tip Saucony collab. I feel like this sneaker right here is one of the coolest collabs of the year that's kind of gone under the radar a little bit with a lot of mainstream sneakerheads. I also wish I'd just gone for the Union ones, the Beffy's Beauty Supply with the big old scar going down the side. I wish I'd gone for a pair just to get them in hand. I'm not a big fan of the weave, but I do really like the colorway and I do like the look of the quality. I just wish I'd gotten a pair for retail in hand so I could have at least made my mind up in hand. Otherwise, that is my list. Feel free to let me know if there are any sneakers on this list that you wish you'd also copped, and if there's any sneakers that aren't on this list that you wish you'd copped as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks as always for taking the time to watch the video, guys. Make sure you like the video before you bounce. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.